In this video, we are going to read the chronology of important events of modern Indian history. Broadly, modern Indian history can be divided for the sake of understanding into two parts. The period between 1857 to 1905 and the period 1905 to 1947. The reason being that 1857 is important, significant because of obvious reasons, that is the revolt which took place, and 1905 is important because from here the Congress will take kind of aggressive stance, and because of partition of Bengal. So those both of these events are very significant for the for the Indian freedom struggle. So first of all, let's read the pre like 1857 period, 1857 to 1905 period, and in that regard we are starting from Lord Dalhousie, that is from 1848. And the reason for starting not starting straight away from 1857 and starting from 1848, because the events that took place during the Lord Dalhousie's governorship led to kind of immediate reason of 1857, right? So that's why we are starting with Lord Dalhousie period. So let's begin then. The Lord Dalhousie ruled as a governor in India from 1848 to 1856, and in during 1848 the second Anglo-Sikh war, which ended in 1849, took place, and it led to defeat of Sikh army and annexation of Punjab. The second event is introduction of doctrine of lapse by Lord Dalhousie, which will cause, which will lead to 1857 revolt, right? So this introduction of lapse was introduced by Lord Dalhousie, and using this doctrine, the annexation of Satara happened first in 1848. Annexation of Satara happened in 1848. Annexation of Jadpur and Sambalpur happened in 1849. Udaipur in 1852. Jhansi in 1853. Nagpur in 1854. Awadh 1856. So these are the years in which all these important states were annexed by using the doctrine of lapse policy. So you can remember that for the sake of remembering, I had made a memory technique, that is students asking for advice to Awadh Oja sir, that Satara Jadpur Sujhana Awadh, Satara Jadpur Sujhana Awadh. It's very funny, like Satara Jaipur Sujhana Awadh. So if you recite it 4 to 5 times, you'll remember it automatically. Satara Jadpur Sujhana Awadh. So Satara is Satara, the first one is Satara, then Jadpur, S for Jadpur and Sambalpur, and U for Udaipur, Jha for Jhansi, Na means Nagpur, Awadh means Awadh, right? So Satara, Jadpur, Sujhana, Awadh. So this is the chronology of events in which these states, important states, were annexed using the doctrine of lapse policy by Lord Dalhousie. Now let's move on to 1849. In 1849, Paramahansa Mandali by Dadoba Panduranga Mehtaji Durgaram in Maharashtra was started, and the primary aim was to breaking the caste rule. So Paramahansa Mandali's aim was breaking the caste rule, and it was started by Dadoba Panduranga Mehtaji Durgaram. In 1850, Lex Loci Act was passed, and it provided for right to inherit ancestral property to the Hindu converts of Christianity. So this was a step with respect to increasing the Christianity in India. Now in 1851, Rahnumai Mazd-e-Asan Sabha was started, and it was a Parsi reform movement, and its members include Dadabhai Nauroji, K.R. Kama, Nauroji Fardunji. Rast Goftar was the magazine to propagate its ideas. Now in 1851, British India Association was also formed by the merger of Landholders Society and the Bengal British India Society, and it sent suggestions to British Parliament with respect to the first suggestion was the separation of executive and judiciary functions, and the second was to reduction in salaries of higher officers, and the third is abolition of salt duty, stamp duties. So now let's move on to 1853. 1853 is important because of the Charter Act, and this Charter Act 1853 was passed, and it enabled separate legislative and executive function to Governor General's Council. And Macaulay Committee was appointed, which recommended in 1854 that appointment of civil services based on companies' patronage be stopped and merit-based system should be established. So Macaulay Committee proposed for the merit-based system in civil services instead of kind of nepotism or civil services on companies' patronage basis. So the third thing which was mentioned in Charter Act 1853 was introduction of open competition for civil services from 1855. The next is introduction of, for the first time, local representation in the Indian Central Legislative Council. Now in 1853 other events took place, that is first cotton mill in Bombay was established by Koashi Nanabhai, and the first railway line was established from Bombay to Thane, and telegraph and postal reforms was also introduced, and establishment of separate PWDs in every provinces. In every province a separate PWD was introduced, and Jhansi was annexed under the doctrine of lapse, right? So in 1854 what happened is Nagpur was annexed to doctrine of lapse, and Wood's Dispatch also came. Wood's Dispatch is called the Magna Carta of English education in India, and the Wood's Dispatch asked for English for a higher education, and for school education vernacular language can be used. So for higher education English education is to be used, and for school education vernacular language is to be used. And it rejected the downward filtration theory, and downward filtration theory was that educating few upper and middle class people who will later on educate the masses and spread the modern ideas. So Wood's Dispatch is, this rejected this downward filtration theory, and it suggested for a higher education, for higher education in English medium, and for lower education it suggested the vernacular language. Now in 1855 the first jute mill was established in Risara in West Bengal, in Bengal. So in 1856 what happened is annexation of Awadh through the doctrine of lapse, and in 1856 Video Remarriage Act 1856 was also passed, right? So now let's move on to Lord Canning 1856 to who ruled for from 1856 to 1862. So